Have you ever Googled cringe? Because this picture would probably pop up.
I am become meme. Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, the raid boss of Discord moderation, Elon Musk. Unless you live under a rock, you've probably heard the name before, or at least seen his face. This is the only man that we know of that could make Jeffrey Epstein uncomfortable. He could probably honestly creep out even Jeffrey Dahmer. Today we're going to discuss who he is, how he made his money, and why he super sucks. But first, why don't we roll that intro? Elon Musk was born in 1971 in South Africa to pretty wealthy parents. There's no rags to riches story here. His grandfather on his mother's side was fairly well known at the time for very interesting political beliefs, but more on that later. During Musk's grade school years, he was described as a decent student, but yet pretty unremarkable. Shocker! After grade school, Musk moved from South Africa to Canada, went to school there for a little bit, and then transferred to the United States, the University of Pennsylvania. Go Quakers! He earned a bachelor's in physics and another bachelor's in economics. During Elon's college days, he says he hosted a bunch of crazy parties, but kind of doubt it. Skip forward a couple chapters and he would later be involved in the making of what is today PayPal.com. Back then it was called X.com. He later paid PayPal for that name so that he could apply that to Twitter. So I don't know what his obsession is with X.com, but yeah. After eBay bought PayPal, he would make millions because he was a large shareholder in the company. Like a lot of these big tech bros, he essentially just made a bunch of money on the .com craze. He then went on to what I can only describe as the craziest and most bizarre range of investments and business decisions, similar to that of Lex Luthor, maybe.
Pick that up! Eve! Get out of here, you idiot! Go!
To name a few, he invested millions into Tesla. He bought a solar company. He co-founded Neuralink. He founded The Boring Company, bought Twitter, co-founded OpenAI, and then would later go on to create XAI to compete with OpenAI because he didn't like the direction of where OpenAI was going. Which, who looks at Grok and thinks that is a better AI than OpenAI? Elon Musk is, in fact, very cringe. Despite Elon being the ultimate cringe lord, the biggest problem with Elon is that he is the biggest grifter. Wherever people's interests are, he will put a ton of money into that industry, either buying or co-founding a company within that industry and trying to become a monopoly stakeholder in that company so that he can maximize his profits. If people are talking about space, SpaceX. Is Twitter popping off? A lot of political discourse and people on there. He'll buy the company. People are talking about zero emission vehicles. He'll just put more money into Tesla. He likes to call himself Iron Man, which I think with how many cookie jars he's in, I think he should more appropriately name himself the Cookie Monster.
But, me not want to make this butter cookie feel bad. Oh yeah, it's important too.
So how can I sum up why he sucks? He's a greedy, grifting, fascist pig with zero charisma, zero intellect, and zero personality. We all saw him on that stage. Yeah, that. But does anyone actually know where he stands politically? It's said that Elon takes a lot of inspiration from his grandfather. Yeah, that one. And his grandfather was, let's say, an appreciator of the German Socialist Party back in the 1940s. Yeah, those guys. But then Elon says that he voted for Obama Hillary, Joe Biden, and even endorsed Kanye West. Yeah, that's a match made in heaven right there. But who knows what Elon truly believes. One minute he's saying AI is the destruction of humanity, and the next he is supporting AI every chance he gets and incorporating it into his businesses. Then you have his Department of Government Efficiency, which was obviously just a Trojan horse to try to cut regulations to help his own companies. Then, as most people know, last year he got into a little spat with the Daddy Trump man, and said that he was in the Epstein files, when in fact Elon Musk was in the Epstein files, begging to go to the island during the wildest parties. If you didn't know, he was emailing Jeffrey Epstein on Christmas. Also, this really isn't important at all, but he faked being a top player in Path of Exile 2, and he was exposed from live streaming himself playing the game, and he lacked basic knowledge of the mechanics of the game, which, yeah, kind of dumb. But that should really get into the heart of who Elon Musk is. He will fake anything, and he will place himself into any spotlight if he thinks he'll get attention for it. He's also been known to ban people from Twitter that talk bad about him, or yelling at companies that pull out of Twitter because he said something insane. And yeah, I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter because fuck you, Elon. According to Forbes, Musk has almost $1 trillion. That is a disgusting amount of wealth, to the point where it's almost incalculable how much you would have to work to try to make even a fraction of that. So how do you stop a guy like that? Not this time, Luigi. He's got backup. Well, for one, you could stop using the things that he makes. I mean, people love to clamor to everything that he builds or creates or co-finds or whatever the heck. Stop using Twitter, for one. If you own a Tesla, don't throw it away. It doesn't do anybody any good, but don't buy another one. Also, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would consider looking at where your investments are, and maybe pulling your money back from things that he's involved in. And like always, vote to try to tax billionaires higher. They make so much money that realistically, like, us regular folks shouldn't have to pay taxes. Like, isn't it funny how he wants to cut government waste, but yet his money alone could help fix a lot of the problems? As always, thank you so much for watching. My sources are down there, and please like, please subscribe, and comment if you want to add anything. And yeah, see you guys next time.